Let's go. New York Empire Baseball online training series, Hustle at Home. Somebody called me up after Tuesday, said, Coach, will you be back at the epicenter of energy? I said, not only will I be at the epicenter of energy, I will be at the headquarters of hard work. The home of hustle, New York Empire, Hustle at Home, hit and pitch, Thursday, 5 p.m. Let's go! Coach Chris is going to get us started with a warm-up. We're going to get into elbows and shoulders. We're going to work on some more advanced pitching. If you were not here for Tuesday, go on our YouTube channel. What's the link? I don't know. Go to YouTube, go in the search box, New York Empire Baseball, hop on the channel, you'll see Hit and Pitch Volume 1. Watch that, live by it. It's the foundation for everything we're going to do today and forever. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. Find us online here at Hustle at Home. Send us an email, empire@newyorkempire.baseball.org. We are here for you every day. Coach Chris, let's get warmed up. Then we have pitching drills, hitting drills. You guys are going to notice one thing. Whole lot of crossover today between hitting and pitching drills. Almost identical. I wonder why. Coach Chris, you ready for him?
Yeah, let's rock. How we doing, guys? Starting off with a warm-up over here. I hope you're fired up. We got a great lesson here for you on both sides. You're going to have a good workout on the tail end, but we got to get loose first. So let's start off with foot flicks. Let's get our knees and ankles nice and loose. Just going to kick our feet out right now. You can see my foot shaking. We can stand in place for this. You can walk back and forth, whatever works better for you. Just get those ankles moving. Let's get those knees loose. Good. Now let's get up on our toes. We're going to go through some toe walks. Guys, if you're in the chat box right now, you are not doing the right thing. Unless you got a question, just keep working. Get up on your toes, walking back and forth. Good. Now we're going to get up on our heels, the opposite, right? Walking back and forth. Awesome. Here we go. We're going to hit some high knees, right? When we do this, let's make sure we're pumping our arms. Our chest stays a little down. I don't want you leaning back with our high knees, so let's get those going. Here we go. Good. Now we got butt kicks. Many as you can, moving those arms. JB, how they looking? Guys, we got knee to knee now, so we're going to start to loosen up our hips, right? So I'm going to bring my knee to my opposite knee. We're going to twist our hips a little bit. When we do this, though, we're going to create a little skip. Let's get a little rhythm going with this. Good. Now we're going to go knee to hip. A little bit higher up, a little bit more rotation, okay? Same thing, we're going to add that skip. Let's get that rhythm. Here we go. Nice work. All right, guys, next up we have toy soldiers or power skips. I'm going to show you the power skips first if you want to do the advanced thing, right? We're going to get a little bit of a skip going with our toy soldier. If this is too hard, we then can just do toy soldiers, kicking up, keeping our legs straight. They're going to accomplish the same thing, loosening up our hamstrings, so the back of our legs. Now we have power skips. All right, jumping up as high as we can, going to be very similar to a march. Right here, and we're going to start to jump. Now we're going to do skips with a stomp, starting to create some ground force, drive our feet through the floor. So I'm going to skip up, stomp down. Slam those feet into the floor. Let's go. Good. Guys, next up we have some side shuffles, moving back and forth. Main focus, I want to make sure I stay in the same posture, same positioning, right? My knees are bent, my toes are facing forward. My chest is forward. I'm moving side to side. Here we go. Awesome job. Good. Now we're going to hit some twisters, right? I'm going to start to spin my hips. Foot forward and back. Foot forward and back. We're going to hold up our arms at a 45-degree angle. What I mean by that, this being 90, going to bring them in a little bit. Hold those arms there, start to twist our hips. Here we go. These could also be referred to as the Alex Cherekis. We'll show you his dance move a little later. Guys, now last but definitely not least, if you have some space, I see a couple of guys who are outside. Let's run some sprints. Let's get that heart pumping even more. But if you're in one spot, just like Coach Chris, I want you to hit some jump ropes for me. All right, we're going to go 15 seconds. Starting now. Here we go. Don't need a jump rope, just jumping on our toes. Keep going. Let's go. Almost done. 10 seconds. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boys and girls, I hope you guys are ready to roll. Grab a quick sip of water. Coach Jordan's got you for elbows and shoulders. Let's go.
Back to the epicenter of energy, the headquarters of hard work, the home of hustle. Palms together, elbows out, press them hard as you can. Let's get these elbows and shoulders ready to work. Warm joints, warm muscles, work better, reduce likelihood of injury. It's a good equation. Let's go. Thumbs up, press them as hard as you can. Dylan Sauer, now press them harder. And thumbs down, hard as you can. If you find yourself shrugging with your shoulders at your ears, relax those shoulders, press hard. Spiders on the mirror. Somebody reminded me this is a 5-legged spider. I said, that's a smart cookie right there. Roll them forward and back, pressing as hard as you can. Palms back together, hands in front of your belly button. Squeeze your elbows against your ribs hard as you can. Now squeeze them harder. Let's go. You should feel these in your delts right alongside the shoulder. And elbows to fingertips. Elbows at shoulder height, 90 degrees. Got an L in your elbow. Might be why we call it an elbow. What do you think, Coach Chris?
I like it. Makes sense to me.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And curveballs, show me the backs of your hands. Press them as hard as you can. If you don't remember why we do multiple hand positions, remember, fastball, curveball, changeup, fastball, curveball, changeup, everything in between. Press them as hard as you can in your changeup. From your elbows up to your fingertips. Press them hard. And back together, shark fins, directly over your head, squeezing as hard as you can. Just when you think you're squeezing hard, squeeze harder. Welcome from Palm Beach. Where are we? Welcome to the party. Good to have you. We are everywhere today, from Maine to Florida. Got New Jersey in here. Duke Baxter, welcome to the party. Neck knuckles, put your knuckles on your neck, touch your elbows in front and back, front and back, front and back. Shake them out. Your palms behind your back, stand up tall, stick out your chest, squeeze your elbows back hard as you can. Coach, Bridgehampton today.
I like that. We're all over the place.
And shake them out. Saws, keep the elbows close. Let your shoulders do some work, pulling them back behind here. Let's go. And palms down. Here we go. Free hand positions again. Special thanks to Dr. Tom House for that. Palms up. And in and out. And palms down. Palms up. Shake them out. Your throwing hand facing your face. Your opposite hand facing me. Curl them. Flip them. Pull hard as you can. Emily, pull hard. Let's go. And push hard as you can. And small circles forward while you're pushing. And small circles back. If you are on the chat right now, you are not pushing as hard as you can. Elbows side to side. Get off the chat. Get on the floor. Get these elbows and shoulders loose. Let's go. Shoulders forward. Keep pushing. And back. And squeeze. Take them out. Last set. Palms up. Arms in front. You should be able to see your elbows the whole time. Small circles forward. Coach, 45 years old. My voice might have just cracked.
That's all right. You're working hard. Keep it up.
Medium circles forward. You know where I am. Headquarters of hard work, Coach. Large circles forward. Large circles back. Medium back. And small back. Palms down. Here we go. Small forward. Dude, Aaron Plavnik taking this to a new level. Medium forward. large forward. Keep the arms in front of you. Do not go behind. Do not want to impinge the shoulder. If you don't know what that means, shoot us an email. I'll explain. Circles back. Medium back. Small back. Shake them out. If you have your bands, set it up at shoulder height. If you do not have bands, get a couple of baseballs. I'll do my first set with baseballs, my second set with bands. Palms out, full extension. If you have your bands, we're doing a forward fly to overhead reach. Let's go through 7. Forward, back, up overhead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shake them out. Go to your backwards bands, your backward fly to overhead reach. If you do not have bands, same exercise, use baseballs for it. Here we go. Let's go through 7. 2, 3. Maintain your posture throughout. If you find yourself tilting back or tilting forward to do this, doing the wrong thing. 6 and 7. Shake it out. Let's go to our internal and external rotation of our shoulder going. Put your glove arm up at shoulder height with a bend in your elbow. Put your throwing elbow on top of your fist like it's a shelf. Let's just turn them inwards for now. If you have a band, great. I know Julie, looking great, Jay. Julian Turkisher, on top of things. If you have your band, turn around the other way so you're pulling it. If not, let's open this up. 6 and 7. Shake them out. Same thing. If you have a band, great. Let's do internal rotation, then external. If not, use your baseball across the body. Let's do this with our throwing arm. When you're not with me, do it with both arms. Want to build symmetry for safety, for health, for arm health, for body health. Let's go. Now let's open up. Shake it out. We are ready to rock. Get a quick drink, come right back. You got about 10 seconds. I'm going to get one too. And somebody is back on the chat, Coach Chris.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Gee, you got another bat, dude? You have like 2 already. Caleb just pumping the chat because he wants to do push-ups today. We got a little surprise for you at the end.
Here we go. Get your towel, get your baseballs. Let's get loose. We're going to start with our scaptos. Just a quick reminder. Pull the elbow back behind you. The shoulder is pointing to your target, but your arm is across your body slightly. Not here, not pointing to your target ever, just slightly across the body with that front thumb pointing down. It's going to close off that shoulder, give us a little more turning power, a little more torque. Pull the elbow back into what we call flexion and scap load. 2 fancy terms. Don't know what they are? Email us. We love questions. Pull the elbow back so that it's behind your body so you see what pops out back there. Pull the elbow back, arm across, and then pull this glove arm elbow into your hip, spin the belly button, and whip. You should be thinking elbow, forearm, hand, not extension first. Let's get through 10. 1. Right now you should hear the whip of my towel. I want to hear yours. 4, 5, 6, if you see it, I'm in sequence. My belly button spins, this front elbow leads the way, pulls my shoulder, and whip. Let's get 2 more. Come on, Chuck. 2, great, awesome warm up. Awesome. Let's get right into something that's going to not only help us use our lower half, it's also going to set you up for today's hitting lesson. If you're ready, give me a big thumbs up because we're about to go. I love it. We're going to call this the step back. Be very careful when you do this exercise. It's not jump back on this foot and find your body or your center of mass, your belly button, your chest. This area here should not fall out behind your back foot. In fact, it should stay inside your back knee. I'll demonstrate. Right? I'm taking a quick step back, letting my ankle, knee, and hip bend. I'm also not jumping out of that position. Right? I don't want to lunge into the throw. I lose power that way. So not tilting back, Not lunging forward, just a quick step back, a bend in the ankle, knee, and hip, and then I'm going to rotate my belly button just like I did my scap throws and throw. Coach, what do you think? 10 step backs?
Sounds good to me.
Here we go. Somebody's back on that chat again, Coach. From here, you can see the sequence. You'll again see my belly button leads the way. A quick spin of my hips. 3 more.
Come on, guys. Pick up the intensity. Tito, nice work. Come across your body a little bit more.
Awesome. Shake it out. Coach, how are they looking?
Look good. Herb's killing it over there.
Is he?
Absolute high energy at all times, like always.
I have one thing to say about that. Herb Shafron, happy birthday. We love you. All right. Coach Chris, you and I agreed we were not going to give them the rocker today. Do you think they're ready?
Hit it with them if you think they're ready for it. Let's go.
All right. Fellas, ladies, here we go. The rocker, a more advanced version of that step back. It's going to teach you how to really load this back hip and get real strong back here, gather energy, and then release it into your throw. It's also going to teach you how to land on this front foot by rotating your hips. That sounds kind of fancy. Just watch it in action. I'm going to start with my feet almost as wide as they can go, but not so wide that I can't move. I'm going to put all my weight on my front leg, and I'm going to let this throwing arm dangle with my towel. Just dangle, hanging out there. I'm going to send all my weight backwards. In fact, I'm going to drop back so you can see this foot. Remember, we don't fall back behind the back foot. I'm going to stay inside this knee. Start everything on your front leg. Rock all your weight into the back leg, and that front foot's going to come off the ground. The way you get it back on the ground is by rotating your hips. Coach, does that look like the snap drill to you?
Looks a lot like the snap drill. I hope they remember this movement because we might revisit this.
Coach, if they didn't do their homework, they're in the wrong place. Here we go. I'm going to rock all the weight onto the back. That front foot's going to come up. I'm going to rotate my hips to get that foot back down. And then here we go with my scap throws again. Let's see if we can put it together, Coach. 10 rockers. Keep an eye on them.
Sounds good. Guys, get out of the chat. Start working. Let's go. All your weight forward, all your weight back.
I'm going to come right at you with this one. You'll see I don't lean with my face out over the front. Coach, the secret sauce, do we give it to him?
I think so. Don't hold it back.
All right, listen up. I'm getting all my weight into that front leg when I rotate my hips and decide to throw the baseball. And I'm looking to throw it as hard as I can. This is not a school for just throwing strikes. That's a direction to not play baseball by the time you're 14 years old. You need to learn to throw healthy, learn to throw as hard as you can. It will last you forever. It is a skill that scales. If you throw soft and slow and just throw strikes, you won't play baseball for very long. Let's be healthy. Let's throw hard. What's the secret sauce? Coach, I rotate the hips into the front leg. Does that front leg need to be soft or strong?
Strong.
Here it goes. Watch this front leg as I come right back into it for my throw. Right? We call it the lead leg block. If this knee collapses and falls forward, just like when you hit, you're not going to throw or hit very hard. Let's get everything into that front leg, and when it hits the ground, you are as strong as could be. 3 more. Let's go.
All right, let's see it, guys.
Coach, how are they looking on the rocker?
Looking good. Jack Grant's killing this right now. Charlie Mack, bring up the intensity. Let's go.
There's your
There
rock.
he is.
Scap throws. Step backs. Rockers. You start with your warm-up, your core temp elevation, your elbows and shoulders. You do 20 scap throws a day. 20 step backs with your towels. 20 rockers. Anything less than that, you're shortchanging yourself. If you're going to do it with a baseball, send us an email. We will send you a throwing program, free. We want everybody throwing healthy and throwing hard. Coach Chris, it's time to hit.
All right, guys, awesome job with the throwing there with the pitching. I love what Coach Jordan just said before, how everything is going to kind of pair up together, right? Our movements for throwing is going to be very similar for our movements for hitting today. So if you were just with us this past Tuesday, we started to build our swing from the ground up, right? We were really focused on the foundation of our swing, right? So we're going to begin from the beginning, but we're going to kind of add some of that extra secret sauce that Jordan was talking about, right? So we're going to begin with our load, right? We're in our batting stance, and we're going to begin with our lower half load, and then we're going to build it up from the top. So we're going to begin with our lower half load. If you guys remember, one of the most important things, I'm going to drop something. I have one of my sandals right here. I'm going to drop this right in the middle. That towel you were just using would be great to have right now. So you can just lay that in between your legs in your batting stance, and we're going to get into our load, but you're going to see that my head and belly button begin to move forward during this. So I'm going to get into my load, and my head and belly button are moving forward. But if you see, just like with that, just with the rockers that you just did for throwing, you notice that we were talking that we don't want this front leg to be weak because we need it to be firm so we can actually spin our hips into it. So when I take my step, I don't want to lunge into my front leg. I want to take my step and have my head and belly button here, but my weight's almost going to be in the middle as well. So I'm moving it forward, but I'm still right here in the middle with my weight. So I want you to drop a towel or whatever you have around you, remote, controller, book, whatever you got, drop it in between your legs, and we're going to start to load moving forward and allowing that weight to move forward. All right, let's see what you got. Coach Jordan's there to help you guys out. He's going to kind of give you some pointers. So if you see, I'm going to take a step forward. I'm going to be moving forward. All right, step forward. Let's hit 10 of these, and then we're going to build up on the upper half.
Coach, James Fox is looking good. James, don't load the hands. Pull the scat back. Pull that elbow back the same way we do the scat throws. Looking very good. Never better. James looking fantastic. Ari, real good load. Way to fix the lower half. You look terrific, kiddo.
So Coach Jordan over here, he's talking about the upper half already. So I guess he thinks you guys are ready to roll. So
Coach, I can't help it. You got to see what this looks like. You got 60 people that look like they're ready to crush a baseball.
I love it. I absolutely love that. Guys, let's put those two together. So you just heard Coach Jordan say scat load, right? So the same way you pull back on your elbow to go throw a baseball is the same exact thing we want to do when we go to hit. So I'm going to pull back on my elbow when I take my step forward. If we do this perfect, when I take my step and my front foot lands, I'm then going to pull back. If you can see, you can actually see my elbow behind my body, right? So if you're in line with the camera right now, I can pull back on my elbow, and you're starting to see my elbow back here. That's when I know I've loaded my scat well, right? So let's put those two pieces together. So we're going to put our lower half load and our upper half load together, and we're going to pull it in, right? So I'm going to take a step forward and pull in, right? I'm going to show you from the side now. You're going to see my weight move forward, and you're going to see I'm just pulling back on this hand, right? That backhand, I'm loading that shoulder up. What that's going to do, it's almost, we talked about this the other day as well, it's going to anchor my upper body. What I mean by anchor, right? So when I pull this back, I want my hips to start to move forward. And if I can hold back my upper body as long as I can, while this is still going forward, that's going to allow for the most separation between my body. When I say separation, means this is going forward and this hasn't moved yet, which then in the end is going to allow me to spin and swing that bat as hard as I possibly can. If you guys notice, the hitting and pitching are very, very similar, so the movements are going to be together. So we're going to do 10 of these, and we're going to add to that next thing. So I'm going to load here, pull back. Take a step, pull back. Good.
Callan Murphy, see if you can practice, take it to a different level. Practice the drop step the step back the way we just did, so you sit into your ankle, knee, and hip when you start the move. Yes, much better, C-Cam. Way to do it, kiddo. Awesome.
So JB's just dropping the secrets on you guys before they even come out. So I guess, once again, if he thinks that looked good, we're going to go right into step backs now. Similar to what we did before with our throwing, right, with our rockers, how we're trying to send weight backwards, then forward. We're going to stand here. I'm going to step back and load. If you see, I'm stepping back and I'm lifting my front leg, and I almost want to push the floor and then fall into my front foot. What that's going to do, it's going to start to teach me how to load my back hip. Right? So in my swing, I want to load this back hip, but this movement of jumping back and then falling forward is going to load the back hip and then send it towards the pitcher. So let's see if we can do that together as a group right now, okay? So we're going to take a step back, load forward. Step back, load forward. So I'm standing here, step back, load forward. I want to see 10 of those. Let's see how that looks.
Be very careful when you take that step back. Do not lean back over your back foot and do not jump forward. That means you, Dylan Kirshner. Don't jump out of it. Just fall back into the front foot. So take a step back. Make sure you're getting 100% of your weight on the back leg. Marcos, you look fantastic. Never better, dude. Way to put it together.
Guys, if you see when I step back, my back knee is inside of my back ankle, right? So I take a step back and my back knee is inside of my back ankle. The second this happens and my knee goes outside of my ankle, I'm starting to send weight backwards. And that's not what we're trying to accomplish here. So I want to step back and keep that knee inside of here. You can see my shin is on an angle, right? I want to keep that knee inside the ankle and then fall forward into the front foot. So jump back, knee inside the ankle, fall forward into the front foot. JB, how they looking?
I think Laith Mirza needs to do the step back, not just the load. Laith Mirza, step back into the back leg, yes, but let that knee bend, let the hip bend, let the ankle bend. Callan, that is fantastic, dude. Never better. Never seen you be able to do this before. Outstanding. Laith, sit back into that back foot. Irv, stop checking me out and start swinging.
They ready for more, Coach?
I think Max Tall needs to sit on that back leg longer, and Irv's got a big old smile. Happy birthday, Irv Shafran. Look at him.
Guys, I think we're ready for the next piece now. All right, so we're gonna start to put them together. But before we do that, before we start to put them together, I want to jump into some snap drills again, right? So I have this pole here, similar to a door frame. So you guys can walk over to a door. You can drop your towel if you have one. I want you to walk over to a door or walk over to a wall, and I'm gonna put my front hand on this wall. This guy's going to be one of the most important things we do. Obviously, if we can accomplish the first two things, now this is where we really start to create the power in our swing, right? So I'm going to put my front hand on this wall. I'm going to take a step forward into my load. If you see, I have weight moving forward, but my hand still stays on this. What that's doing, it's getting back to that separation, right? So I have my hips moving forward. You can start to see my empire sign. I still have my shoulders back. Now I'm going to start to send that empire sign to you, and I'm going to pull back on this front leg. Guys who were with us last week, I know we shouted out Alex Tall because he was absolutely killing this drill. The best thing he was doing was pulling back on this front leg. Very similar to what you guys just learned with blocking that front leg when we go to throw, right? So we said it in the beginning, a lot of these movements are going to be very similar, right? If not the same exact stuff. So really focus in on this stuff, and you're going to see great results from your pitching and your hitting, all right? So let's get into it. Let's go 20 snap drills. So we're going to step forward, snap the hips. Step forward, snap the hips. If you see, I'm sending my empire sign or my belt buckle to you, and I'm pulling back on that front leg. All right, here we go. Remember, I want to be holding a wall for this, guys.
Make sure when you do your snap, it's after you land on the front foot. Do not begin your snap before that front foot hits. If you do, you're not going to rotate very hard because you don't have a block or leverage or strength to rotate into. You don't want to rotate in midair. Make sure that front foot lands, and when you start to rotate, Coach, should I give him a little more secret sauce?
Absolutely. Don't hold anything back from these guys.
That front heel should mash the ground as hard as you can. If you're a righty, when you land and you begin this snap, that left heel is pressing the ground so hard, the people downstairs hear you. Laith, pull that front leg back, pull that front hip open as hard as you can. Don't just lift your back knee. Snap your hip. Forget about the knee. Snap those hips open.
Guys,
Forget about your knee. Just snap.
Guys, if you see me from a side right now, you're going to see the empire sign shoot this way towards the pitcher. I'm not worried about bringing this knee up. I'm just worried about getting up on my toes and getting my back hip forward and pulling back on this leg. Right, this is just going to go up. I almost want my belt buckle facing up towards the pitcher's hat. Coach is talking about leverage. I'm going to start to really launch the ball here with the angles that my hips are at. All right. Guys, I want you to quickly get a sip of water. Quickly go grab a sip of water. I'm going to give you the next piece. We're going to put this whole thing together right now. If you guys are good, I want you to grab a towel or a t-shirt. Towel or t-shirt. If you're outside, grab a bat. You don't need one, though. Towel or t-shirt is perfect.
Coach, what about in Irv Shafran's case? Do you think a 36-inch bat?
He can go get a telephone pole and swing that thing. Guys, so right now we're going to put the whole thing together, right? So we worked on our lower half load. We worked on our upper half load. Remember, lower half load, getting weight moving forward. Upper half load, pulling back on that scap. So I want to pull my elbow behind my body. If I do them perfectly, when I land my front foot, I now pull this back at the same time. I step forward, pull back. After that, I want to snap those hips towards the pitcher. So that's your swing, your spin part, right? So your step is your load. And then we're going to go into spin, which is my snap. And then I'm going to swing hard right across my chest, right? So I'm going to lift, fall forward, pull back, swing right across my chest.
How hard, coach?
As hard as I possibly can every time. That's all we do.
So, coach, you're not just trying to make contact?
I remember I tried to make contact once. I hit a dribbler to the pitcher. That was the last time I ever tried to make contact.
And then on your way back to the dugout, everybody slap you and say, hey, good contact.
Yeah, and I didn't like them for the rest of the day. So then I went up and I swung as hard as I could, and I saw a lot better results. And even if I didn't see the results I wanted to, I know that I gave it my all, and that's all that mattered to me. When I step up to the box and I swing as hard as I can, I'm leaving it all on the table, and whatever happens, happens.
Everybody should understand one thing. You're 7 years old, 9 years old, 11 years old, 13 years old. If you're swinging to just make contact, by the time you get up to the big field, you will not hit a baseball out of the infield. So just making contact and hitting slow ground balls at 9 and having a 400 batting average at 9 years old because you hit slow rollers, not going to get you to the next level. You need to learn to swing as hard as you can on a consistent swing plane and on a consistent path. That's why we're practicing swing straight across your chest. Turn those hips fast as you can so that you learn a skill that scales. You learn something that will be with you for the rest of your life. When you're 76 years old, you want to hit baseballs like somebody on this call. I've seen it.
Guys, remember, weight moving forward. Snap that belt buckle to the pitcher as fast as you can. Older guys, more advanced guys, let's make sure we're getting force into that front heel and pull back that front leg.
Coach, should they be swinging down right now?
Never. You swing down, you hit down. The direction you swing at is as hard as you can hit. So if I swing down, I'm going to hit hard ground balls.
Coach,
I want to hit home runs.
Is Tuesday's hitting class all about swing plane and launch angle?
I think so. We might have to show them how to hit balls over fences now that they have a little bat speed.
Every one of you, as you take your practice swings, should have one thing on your mind. What swing would it take to hit the ball over the outfielders' heads? That's what you're looking to do every time you swing a baseball bat. In Julian's case, just over the infielders' heads, whatever works.
Guys, you look awesome. Keep it up. Keep the intensity up. We got a couple more minutes of this. I want to see 10 more of this, but really focus on, let's not just think about swinging and getting done with our swing. How hard can I snap my hips? Get weight moving forward. How hard can I snap my hips? Your legs should be tired if you're doing this correctly right now. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating.
All right, guys.
5 more. Bring it.
Let's go. Your 5 hardest swings right now. And Emily, if you are talking to me about East Hampton and sweatshirts right now, you are not swinging a baseball bat. You get swinging. I'll worry about sweatshirts. Let's go. Last swing. Make it your best right now. Let's go. Everybody get yourself a drink. Shake it out. Take a deep breath or 2 or 3. Get ready to work out. We have an intense workout coming before we break for the night.
JB, I actually took it literal. I actually just swung out of my shoes. I had to tie my shoes again.
Listen, you got to get the, what are these things called? The lace locks or lock laces, excuse me. And no, we were not sponsored by lock laces. Maybe we should be.
Those are the JB specials.
Oh, I'm not tying shoes, coach.
Guys, all right, so we got a couple different workouts. I hope you guys are paying attention in the sense of that the pitching was like the hitting. And if you really pay attention right now, the workout is going to be like the pitching and hitting, right? So we're going to constantly hit you with not only the same movements to make you better, but the same workouts to get you stronger so you can perform those movements while we're playing.
So,
right,
coach, is this the mecca of both mechanics and movement?
That's it. And we built power to make it all even better. Here we go. Guys, first thing we're going to do, we're going to start off with some squat jumps, right? So remember we were doing our step backs, right? We step back, we load this leg, right? So let's get explosive with this. We're going to start off, we're going to do We have 2 sets of 10 on the squat jumps right now. So we're going to jump down. We're going to squat down, squat all the way down. If you see, I'm at a 90-degree angle, meaning my butt is equal to my knees right now. And then from there, I'm jumping up as high as I can. Trying to jump out of the camera, all right? Don't rush into the next one. So I'm down, up, stop, down, up, down, up. All right, we have 10 of those, all the way down, all the way up, explode out of the hole. What I mean by that, explode out of the bottom. Push the floor as hard as you possibly can. We do that for another 7 seconds and take a break.
Coach Aaron Plavnik is bringing.
Down, all the way up. Let's go. Push up, good.
Julian
All right,
Turkins,
take a
get
break.
deeper into your squat.
Guys, we have another exercise right now. It's going to be very similar to what we did before, right? So we did the step backs. Now we're going to do skater jumps back and forth, right? So I'm going to start on this side, on my left side. I'm going to jump over to my right. If you see when I land on one foot, my knee is inside of my ankle. I'm going to jump, land, and keep jumping back and sitting into that ankle, but into my heel, I'm sorry. So I'm sitting, weight's going into that foot. I'm pushing off my butt and my leg onto the other side. But the biggest thing is I'm not allowing weight to go here, right? I want to make sure if we're moving, guys, Empire, bring it in. Bring it up to your camera. We're going to work, but we want to work the correct way, right? Let's do things correctly instead of just move. Take advantage of having us in front of you instead of just jumping around. When we do this, number one thing.
Can you show them, Coach, how to get deep into that? Because I'm watching everybody practice it, and I see them shuffling side to side instead of letting that ankle, knee, and hip bend deeply so they get the most out of this workout. I think they need to see it from you.
Absolutely. So, guys, when I jump to my right, look, I'm going to jump to my right, and I'm going to sit into this ankle, right? My ankle is going to be bending here. I'm going to be into my butt here, and I'm going to drive off this leg to the other side. And I'm not just standing up and going back and forth fast. I want to sink into there and explode out and jump across. So I want you to think more pushing to the side than pushing up, right? Before we pushed up, now we're going to jump across and push to the side, right? So we're going to build some lateral strength. We're going to build some lateral force moving side to side, right? So we're going to do this for 20 seconds. I want you to jump side to side all the way into that leg and drive off the floor, okay? Here we go. Start it up. Go.
Max Tall, get deeper. Each jump, don't jump off of it. Take the time to get deeper into your hip.
Sit into that ankle.
Much better. Max, take your time on each one. Shafran, you are not done.
Good. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Caleb, get deeper as well. Let that knee bend, let that hip bend, let that ankle bend. It's not a speed race. This is not about speed at all. Right now, Tito is looking fantastic. Take your time in each hip.
1, good. Guys, 15-second break. We have an additional thing, guys. If you have anything around you right now that's a weight, right? If you have something heavy, a backpack, a big jug, a soup can, a baseball if you have to for some of the younger guys, anything heavy. The older guys, I want you to grab a band. We're going to start to build some back strength, right? We were talking about scaps, right? So we're talking about loading our scaps. Coach Chris just actually got his weights in because he needs to work out. These actually just came in the mail today, so I'm happy. So we're gonna bend over here. Bend over here. I'm going to keep my chest straight if you see this. I'm just going to row up. I'm going to bring my elbow up. If you have a baseball, I want your main focus to be, I want you to watch my back right now. Nobody should be moving. Everyone should be in looking at the camera. I want you to watch my back. See how I'm squeezing my back? My elbows are coming back. I'm squeezing my back together, right? I want to squeeze those shoulder blades together right now, right? So we can start to build some upper back strength, some scap strength, all right? So this is going to help us with throwing. This is going to help us with hitting as well. So you can grab anything of weight, but if you don't have weight, that's okay. You're just going to pull back and squeeze, almost like a saw. So we're going to hit a couple of these each. I want you to hit 8 on each side. So we're going to bend over here, pull up, and squeeze back.
Coach, I got to tell you something right now. James Fox is lifting a box fan. This kid looks like Hulkamania is running wild in the year 2020.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, remember we're doing 8 on one side.
So Max Miller, pull your elbows back behind you. Don't press the weight overhead. Pull it back behind you like you're rowing.
Exercise. Like we're loading our scaps, guys. Remember, our elbows coming to our side. Squeeze your belly. Pull that elbow back.
Wow,
Good.
Dylan Kirshner is on fire, Coach.
Guys, if you're working, you should be sweating, man. I don't know about you guys. I'm sweating out here, and I'm a little older than you guys. This workout's challenged me. We have a little competition now, though. Here's the fun part. So my man Kalen Bardarian, you said about a million things in the chat, and one thing actually really made some sense, and that was when you were talking about doing push-ups. We're gonna have a push-up contest right now, right? So we're gonna go for JB. What do you think? 30 seconds, 40 seconds? What do you think?
You think 40 seconds? Julian will be panting and licking the floor. Okay, 40 seconds. He just said,
That's
let's
all
go.
right.
40 seconds. 40 seconds, Coach. If you have a glove or a baseball or something, put it beneath your chest. Coach Chris is going to guide you. 40 seconds. Do not lie. Do not cheat. If you cheat, you are cheating yourself. Ari Litt, you show these boys how it's done. Are you with me, Ari Litt? Give me the thumbs. Let's go. Let's go. You got to beat the Turk. Outwork the Turk. Do it now.
Guys, if you see I have my kettlebell, we're not starting yet. Hold up. I want you to see it first before we get started. I'm gonna have my weight here. You can have a glove. It's the same height for me. So I'm gonna have my hands on the outside of it. I'm gonna bring my chest down to it. Once I touch, I push up. Once I touch, I push up. That's 2 right there. Right? We're not just rushing and doing these. Let's make sure we do good reps.
Coach, I got the timer.
Correctly. All right, we're starting in 5 seconds. Here we go.
I got the timer, Coach. I'm ready for you. Fellas, count the number of push-ups you do.
Let's go. Let's go. Crank them out. Turk, you're a machine, dude. Max Miller, you're killing it.
I think Ari Litt is teaching him how to do push-ups right now.
I love it.
Wow,
Jack
Lucas
Grant.
Martinez, let's go.
Mac and cheese, let's go. 15 seconds. Come on. Push.
Coach,
Push
I got
yourself.
to tell
Let's
you,
go.
Little Grant is killing it right now, Coach.
I love it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right now, type the number of push-ups right into the chat. Irv Shafran, 76 push-ups. Is that what we cranked out in 40 seconds?
Guys, just type it once. Caleb, that was meant for you.
Oh, what? Turk said Max Miller did not do 80 push-ups. Callan Murphy, 5.73. Good job.
He's still got a sense of humor. We love you, kid. Guys, amazing job today. So that number right there, it's a competition that we want to see where you're at, because you got to remember, we've tested a lot of you guys. We know how many you do. We're going to go back and check that out. We want to see is if you're keeping up with your workouts, but also you know the number now. So the next time you go work out, promise yourself something that you're going to beat yourself, right? Now you set the bar for yourself. Continue to raise it every time, guys. I love the intensity with the pitching today. You guys brought it from the warm-up. The batting was awesome. But take these tools, these skills that you've learned now, and go practice it on your own, right? Go discover these new movements on your own. Feel what it feels like. So the next time you come back on Tuesday and we go through this, you're like, Coach, I got this. Give me the next stuff. Give me that next challenge so you're ready to keep improving. All right, I'm going to pass you over to Coach Jordan. You guys have an incredible night. I will see you soon.
Listen to me carefully. Coach Chris has got it right. If you come here and you come to this class and you come to a lesson and you come to hit and pitch Tuesdays and Thursdays, 30, 40 minutes, and you go back and you don't do any of the drills on your own, you don't do any of the workouts on your own, you will not get much better. You need to do this in between the classes. The classes are where we guide you to something new, where we help you with something old, not where we do the repetition of learning and building and developing. That's for you to do. That's where this comes in. In between class, you practice all of the drills. I gave you the homework. Coach Chris, what do they have? 20 snaps?
Yep, 20 snaps. Let's start off with 20 step backs first. So 20 step backs, 20 snap drills, 20 towel swings across your chest. I dare you to do it twice a day.
That's what it takes. Core temp elevation, do the warm-up. If you don't remember parts of it, email us or do the best you can. Get into your pitching homework, get into your hitting homework, crank out your push-ups so you're ready to break Turk. What do you say, 60? It'll be 60 great push-ups next week. Not because you need to beat the Turk, you need to beat yourself. You want to get better, it takes hard work. That's why we're here. If you have any questions, we're here for you. I'm going to sign off now from the headquarters of Hard Work, the home of Hustle, New York Empire Baseball at the Arena, online training series, Hustle at Home, 5 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Diamond core strength workout. I'm going to close it. Coach, you think I got hustle for him?
I think you do. You